moving forward, so we have group 3 and group 4 speaking on the topic. Should cities implement rent control measures to address housing affordability? So here, when we mean cities, we mean government. So should government, whatever level of government you want to use for your argument, go ahead to use it. So at this point, we call on group 3 to take up the mic and move on.
My co-debaters, my co-team members of Group 3, and my attentive audience. My name is Jide Ido. I'm here to support the motion that should cities control rents, for affordability, whether in Nigeria, whether in the states or at the local level. I want to make a case study of the states in this case, and it's Lagos State. First of all, we all know that governments all over the world, particularly at national level, is always concerned about the social care and social concern they give to their indigents. So, and a key index in Nigeria and all over the world is the issue of housing. Most times, government wants to provide housing for their populace. In fact, some people say, it's a political, a goal scored by government if they can provide housing for their people. So in Lagos State, I like to say that there's a history of rent control in Lagos State. Now, there's the Rent Control and Recovery of Premises Act, of 1997 in Lagos, and that backs up rent control in Lagos. It says that, there are so many sections, but one of them, says that, that landlords or landowners cannot keep increasing rent at will. And it also says that if you are going to increase rent, it must not be more than 10%. It also goes on, to say that if they are going to increase rent too, they must give notice to the tenants. They must give advance notice. If it's a yearly tenant, they must give 6 months. If it's a monthly tenant, they must give at least 3 months advance notice before rent is increased. So the first point really will be for support for local economies. When rent is fixed, everybody can afford it. When rent is fixed at a particular price for a particular product, for example, if you have a 3-bedroom flat and government says that they zone rents in the states, they might say, okay, for Island they might zone maybe Ikoyi, VI Lekki to a zone. They might also zone the mainland, maybe Yaba, Abule Egba, and others in other zones. When governments zone housing that way, they are able to fix rents. And when they fix rents that way, everybody can afford housing. Whether the high income, whether the middle income, or the low income, everybody is able to at least afford a place to lay their head. So the issue is, where are we going? Housing is an essential ingredient, for governments to take care of their people. So, reduction of financial crimes, says that when housing is not affordable, when housing is on the very highest and people cannot afford housing, then they go into vices and they go into financial crimes. People are ready, to get involved in fraud. People are ready to get involved in forgery because they don't have a place to live. And some people want to maintain a status. When they start living in a particular place, and the rent keeps going up and down, in fact, it doesn't come down, it always goes up, and the rent keeps going up, they'll be looking for alternative ways to make a living. They look for alternative ways to meet that social class. So they are involved in forgery, they are involved in fraud, they are involved in social vices, they are involved in fraudulent acts, they are involved even in financial crimes. And that's why you have people around, you have miscreants around, you have people who are doing shady business just because they want to meet up with that class. Now the third one is long-term planning and savings. People are able to plan ahead when they can afford housing. For example, a family of two, or a family of 3 can plan ahead because they know the rent that they are going to pay every year. For example, if your rent is 1 million, you can say, okay, so in the next 3 years, in the next 5 years, I'm going to pay so much. You can plan ahead. Okay, if I get married now, I'm going to have a family of 3, I'm going to have a child, or even children. You can plan ahead. You can plan education, you can plan health care, you can plan rent, you can plan everything, just because you know that your rent is fixed. I hope with these few points of mine, I'm not able to convince you, but to convince you that rent edit, the key. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm here to represent my group 4, to speak against why cities implementing rent control measures to address housing affordability is a no-no for us. And I'm going to start by defining capitalism. So capitalism is an economic system in which private actors own and control property in accord with their interests and demand and supply. Supply freely set prices in the market in a way that can serve the best interest of the society. So if we begin to allow governments regulate these things, they already start infringing on what capitalism truly is. And Nigeria is a capitalist society, as we all know. So I would say why their intention to control housing and affordability is okay. It doesn't solve the root cause, like the root problem. The solving of the implementation of the affordability is to resolve something, and that could be homelessness. And we already have an inefficient housing supply to the demand of people because we have an overpopulated society. So having to control people's businesses, investors, okay, I mean real estate, right? And real estate contributes, okay, real estate is set to achieve about $2.42 trillion in Nigeria in 2024. And the largest share of this market is the residential real estate that is contributing about $2.8 trillion. So if you start implementing measures like this, you are going to discourage new development, and that would affect the entire economy. That's my first point. And secondly, when people find cheap places, they don't want to move. And this lack of mobility would also affect other people because we have employment issues. People gain new employment. Me, I'm not from Lagos, but I came into Lagos. Imagine if because accommodation is cheap, people don't want to move out, I don't get to find accommodation, I'm still homeless. So the issue is not being solved, right? And also, even when their needs changes, they want to stay there because it's cheap. You are in a studio apartment, but the price is cheap. You've grown bigger, but you cannot move because the rent is cheap. And even when you are moving to the next person doesn't want to move because the rent is cheap. That has created a stagnant housing market. That is one. Also, sorry. So that is one. So let's talk about the inefficient housing supply. There's even one point I want to throw. It's not like there are no affordable housing, but people have chosen to live in the urban areas because they want to be close to city lifestyle. That is one. So what makes us feel like if government create this fixed rate, because me, I really feel like it's going to affect capitalism and it's going to affect the luxury lifestyle that people want to live. People who want to enjoy exclusivity can no longer be there because we'll now be seeing Maracay slum in Banana Island, and that won't work. So with these few points of mine, I hope I've been able to.
If I was the one to present your topic, I would murder their plans.
Standing on existing protocol, I'll be giving out some points to support what our chief speaker has already said. So, talking about social equity and equilibrium, firstly, what is social equity? Social equity is that individuals have equal access to resources and opportunity, irrespective of their socio-economic status. In the context of housing costs will be stabilized for low and middle income earners. When the rent is controlled, everybody will be able to cut their coats according to their size. And the second point will be stability in the rental market and reduction of inflation. And inflation is when supply is more than demand. So in this case, rent control can contribute to a more stable rental market by reducing the volatility often associated with housing market. With this, stability will benefit both the tenant and landlord by creating a predictable income stream and reducing the risk of vacancy. I know that in this certain period of years, I will be in this house, I will be in this vicinity. I will know that this is what I will work towards. Whatever life plan you want to have, you will plan it within that period of time. With these few points of mine, I hope I've been able to convince and not convince you. Thank you.
Standing on existing protocols, I would continue with stating the negative impact. Some landlords might decide to back out of, housing, the housing industry, and may even convert their rental properties to short-lease or even houses for sale, and thereby leading to shortage of rental properties in the country. So with these few points of mine, I believe that I've been able to establish.
My name is Abe Emmanuel, and I'm the top speaker for Group 3. In addition to what my chief speaker said and also my fellow colleague, I'll be adding a few points to buttress on the said topic. And the first point that I'm going to mention is that rent control would reduce the high cost of middlemen. And when I'm talking about middlemen, I'm talking about the agents and the lawyers. For example, if I'm to rent a house for, with the actual cost of the rent is 1 million, we all know agents will probably charge, instead of the 10%, they will charge probably 20 or 25%. And also, legal fees will also be charging more than 10%, which is not right. Because I believe when rent is controlled, all this will not be happening.
I'd like to start with what my colleague said. He said agents don't stick to the prices. Even if we have rent control in place, it doesn't stop the fact that agents would always be agents. There are fees that you have to pay. There are, they'll say agreement, commission, agency, and all of that. These are things you have to pay, even if the rent is controlled. And then another person mentioned rent control would help us tackle homelessness and all of that. If the rent becomes controlled, these people would still be homeless, because in Nigeria, as a case study, we know that there is corruption, right? And the people who are more affluent, who have this money, they have access to information. So even when the rent is controlled, at the end of the day, we might not be able to reach the target audience. I'm a social media manager, I'm using target audience. So the population, the people we are trying to reach, we might not be able to reach them at the end of the day, because the affluent people with higher income, they have access to information, they get this apartment, they rent for their families and all of that. And the people who we are trying to cater to, we might, at the end of the day, not be able to reach them. Thank you.
But I would just like to, just give my own point of view. You are talking from socialism economic system, while you are talking from capitalism economic system, in which the economy is controlled by the governments, and the affairs of the macroeconomic indices too are controlled by the government. While you are talking from the fact that individuals should have the access to control the economy and also give them the avenue to make profits and also enhance the economy, which is very good. But I don't know if this topic stated a location or geographical. No. Okay. My own focus is just going to be on Nigeria, because this is the country that we are. In as much as theoretically everything sounds perfect, but implementation of policies is one of the issues that we are facing in the country, right? That's our number one issue, not even corruption. It is the implementation of policies and the maintenance of policy, because there are two things: implementation of policies and the maintenance of policies as well. If you look at it, I think they are currently doing it now. Recently, federal government released, what was it called? I think 10,000 housing projects in all the zones, Renewed Hope initiative, in which affordable is, what was it called? Affordable housings are, built around the nation so that people can have enough, at least people can subscribe. But another thing that I also want you to consider is per capita income of the country. Per capita income of a country. In a country like Nigeria, that an average per capita income is not up to $10, right? It's not up to like $10. And also, the individuals, we are living below $1 per day. How does an economy like that will survive even in a socialism economic system if the rent is controlled? Because at the end of the day, the government cannot just stand up one day and say, we want to control the rent. They have to also invite key stakeholders, which are developers like us, what's it called too? People that also want to, like, the beneficiaries. And then from their perspective as well. They have to come to the round table to actually iron this out. And at the end of the day, government has to work in fairness. The word fairness, right, might not actually might not mean that, okay, the houses will be cheap. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's just that what they will do is this. Instead of an increment that cannot be substantiated with reality and facts will not be allowed. That is the only thing that this regulation is going to control. For example, my own house now, they just sent me a message yesterday that starting from January 2025, that my rent has increased by 1.2 million naira. Do you understand? And what's the basis? Is because the price of houses in my environment has increased, and also the economic reality of the nation, which is fairly okay, but the price compared to the percentage of the price increment is quite not reasonable, so to say. But at the same time, this is a capitalist economy system in which people, okay, don't let me call it capital economy system, because to some reasonable extent, government is still regulating some part of the economy. So I will call it mixed economy system. That's okay, fine. But when it comes to this housing, it is capitalist industry that people charge based on whatever they want to charge, right? So now, if you look at the texture of this economy, right, this Nigeria economy, government cannot have full control on housing industry. They can't. You know why? It's because the macroeconomic indices that is going to help them to do that is also fluctuating. For example, dollar to naira is nothing to write home about. Someone that is importing materials that they will use for the construction of the buildings, right, is buying in dollar. And you know that if such person built that house, like let's say last year, compared to this year, it would have saved like 120 or 150% of the cost that is incurring right now. So you can't tell that person that when you are done building your house, this is the amount that you have to charge. It will discourage people from investing into real estate. And immediately, yes, and immediately people are discouraged in this industry, like from investing in real estate industry. Then there's problem, because government alone cannot provide the houses demand that we have right now. Only in Lagos alone, we have over 10 million housing deficits in Lagos alone. Not to talk about other states in Nigeria. Well, one thing I want you to know is this: land. We have 4 factors of labor, right? We have land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. Other factors of labors are increasing. They can increase, they can decrease. But the only one that is constant or stagnant is land. And the population will grow to a point that, so far, the land is at constant, and the labor or the human factor of the capital of labor increases, right? What will happen? It will increase even the regulated price will now becoming unregulated price. Why? Because of the population.
Procreation is not stopping anytime.
That is it. Because of the population, where people, as we are now, as we are in this, as we are in this building, how many are we in this that we are here?
Maybe like 20.
Let's say 20, right? So can we still maintain the same kind of comfort that we are maintaining if we are 40? No. What about 50? By the time we are up to 100, people will start lapping each other. By the time we are up to 1,000 in this room, some people will be volunteering to die so that some people can stay. Do you understand? So that is what is actually happening too when it comes to something that is not growing. As big as Lagos is, people as in Lagos is small. Let us park everybody in Lagos and let's take them to another state and now measure the landmass of Lagos. You will know that even some cities, some countries that you are envying, they are not even up to Lagos. Do you understand what I'm saying? So in this case, we just have to have it in mind that the kind of structure that the government can put in place is a mixed kind of structure in which the individuals will be able to provide their own housing solution and government will be able to do theirs. People that can afford the privately built houses will go for it, while people that can afford the government own, because you can't say government, you are the one that wants to build for me, so help me to put this also chandelier, help me to put this paint, let me to put bulletproof door, help me to put this. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, so to round everything off, we just have to take it as a fact that the problem of a nation cannot be solved, any problem, by the governments. It has to be the collaboration of both the individuals and the government. Thank you.
Then group 1, I think the second speaker, there are some explanations that are actually not comprehensive enough. I don't know if it's to me alone, but I think there are some things that you've not worked on perfectly and you ended up presenting it and it's not adding up like someone just said. So thank you. Both groups did exceptionally well. So thank you.
Styles, advice that the other two, I don't even know we can use full self. Do you understand? That they took and then they were able to make their decision. So if you are going to say in retrospect, we will say that between these two, they are the ones that won. Do you understand? Then if you also want to now talk about this, you will say between these two. So whoever wins, do you understand? Take it that it's just fun. Do you get the point? It's just fun. Don't have anybody in mind. Do you understand? Don't do a appraisal issue. And then there's something you said that I think it was not correct, and I will correct quickly. They said that new investment in houses will affect the economy. They didn't say that.
New developments.
No, they didn't. They were saying that landlords will not be able to make new developments because they don't have enough money. So that was an error. Our job basically is to correct certain perception, and I like the way the GMD took it. This is our industry. Do you understand? And it is our good that you people prepared. You should always be a Boy Scout. Be always prepared. But this is also our own industry. This is where we earn our living. This is where we will continue to earn our living. And I like the fact that he broke it down and he explained the intricacies that support that government should not control our industry. So I want to thank everybody for that. And then I wish you guys the best.
And also, I need to say this, that it's not how correct a point is that makes the winner of this debate. Do you understand? That truly government shouldn't control cost of renting houses does not mean that group supporting that motion is the winner automatically. So I want you to understand that judgments here are not based on what is actually right or what is wrong. They are based on the criteria that the HR has stated earlier, which is argument strength, quality of evidence, presentation skills, teamwork, and the rebuttal. Please, let's note that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody. Well done. Amazing job, everybody. It's shaking for me. It was fun. We had fun. I had fun if you didn't have fun. I'm sure we all did. See, we are smiling. Today's work is looking like soft work, like demure, mindful, cutesy. So yes, well done. Well done, guys, and thank you for spending money. Because some people had to go and buy jerseys. Yes. Some people had to go and buy Ankara. Some people, special award goes to. Yes. Here's their picture. Here's their picture.
Maybe traditional wedding.
Are you serious?
This is the picture and the video now.
I will show you. Don't worry. I have evidence.
Okay. So yes, Ibadan team.
Someone got married. Someone and someone played.
They went above. So this year's team is actually unique.
Above and beyond.
We all went above and beyond, and our CEO bought jeans. Our CEO that doesn't wear jeans went as far as buying new jeans.
Teamwork.
No, you used to wear. He does not.
How many men have you sent to him that you are saying that?
Okay, but the other
How many men have you?
then okay, then the GMD also bought wait. Then also
Maybe, but he forgot now.
okay. Okay. Ah, God. Okay, one house. No, let's pardon there. Okay, so in the spirit of all those that bought things, I know some people bought things. I know that Emmanuel just bought new jersey. I know that GM also bought new clothing, new jean and new shoe. Our GM spent more. Our GM spent lots of money.
No evidence.
And that question would.
Know what it is.
Okay, well, a new one is new one. Okay, well done to all the team. Some another team even went as above and beyond to do gele. How many hours did it take you? No, how many hours did it even take her?
That's your uniform.
So she tried.
Who bought it?
Then another group went above and beyond to buy suits. Because I know Sandra does not wear suits like this normally, but today she went above and beyond. Well done. Well done. Elijah is even wearing white shirts. Nice. Well done. Okay, so in all of this. Okay, so let's go to the scores now. It's time for serious business. Drum roll. Okay. Are we ready to hear the winners? Okay, so let's wait now. So we appraisal issue. I'm not there. I'm not there.
5 minutes more.
Okay, so let's go back to business. So let's reiterate that this was just for fun and for learning. So it's nothing emotional, nothing personal. Please do not take whatever happens here to appraisal. Please do not take whatever happens here personal. It's just for the fun. For all the line managers here, because my line manager is here. So please, let's. So group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, you guys did amazingly well. Well done. Please let's clap for ourselves. Please let's clap for ourselves. Oh God. Okay, so let's start from group number 4. So the group that came fourth they did so well, amazingly well, but let's give it up for them. They came up with 30, their points rounded up to 357.5 points. So please let's clap for them. 357.5, that's group 1. So wait, this is for the debate. So the dressing room will come after it. So for the debates, we have group 1, 357.5% over 500. Sorry, over 500. Well done. The next group that's got the same thing with group 1 is 357.5 points is group 2. Drum roll.
So we got the same thing.
It's not possible now.
So
It's not possible.
I'm not the judge. Wait, I'm not the judge. Okay, sorry.
Hold on. There are 2 judges. The scores were added together and
merged.
the average was gotten. So it is very possible.
Okay, so the next group that came second in the debate is with 395 points is group 3. So a round of applause for them. Then the winner The winner with 400 and... so the winner with 410 points is Group 4. So please give it up for them. So now dressing. So let's go to the dressing aspect. So for dressing, the first position, according to my judges who have been wonderful, is Group 2.
It's not possible.
This is the highest. This is the second one.
Sorry, I made mistake. Sorry.
Do you know his problem now? Is that
Okay, so this is first, second.
It's not like that. I didn't even think it's like that.
yeah, that's what she mentioned is your mistake.
Sorry, it's a mistake.
I don't know.
For dressing, the group that came fourth with 2 points is Group 1. A round of applause for them. Then let's tell you the deficiencies. Let me explain some deficiencies. Yes, we understand that what is common between your group members is the black color and your ashoke, right? Yours is uniform, yours is not uniform. We can't expect you to go and make another ashoke, but it's not really rhyming.
Like
and one of your group members.
Why did you come?
Yes, now black trouser. Yes, but there's no uniformity. We understand that, okay, maybe your unique point or your unique wear is ashoke, but there's no uniform. Then the group that came second in dressing with 3 points, third, with 3 points is Group 2. They have their whites with their jean and all, and they did quite well.
No, you have to.
But what would have been better would if you have plain white all through.
No.
Okay, white because so the uniformity is there. Wait, the uniformity is there, but not 100%. So thank you. You did well.
How?
No, you don't ask that question.
But I think you need to ask.
What? Are you a judge? No, hold on.
It's already much. Okay, the group with the second position with 4 points is Group 2. Group 3. Group 3. They chose jersey and all of them are putting on jersey. Then the Undertakers.
We are proud Undertakers.
With 5 points came the first position. All of them are putting on jeans.
Business, bro.
No, wait. Look at.
I'm putting on jeans yet.
No, wait.
I'm putting on jeans.
No, it would have been better if it would have been better if your colors are actually rhyming.
No.
Listen now. Yes, Jesse cannot rhyme. That's what gave them the third position. But with their suits, they have jean, blue jean, they have white shirts, and they have black suits. It doesn't matter. White is white.
At the end, anyway, as the moderator of this event, allow me to finish up my event before you leave my event. So please, the judges have done their best, and I'm saying sincere thanks and appreciation to everybody, to the judges, and to all those who participated. We love you for participating. Long live